I'm Charlotte Wayman, and I'm a victor of breast cancer. 1 out of 8 women are diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. Who would have thought that 2 of those 8 women lived in the same household and were a mother and a daughter? That's my reality. My mom and I were both diagnosed within months of each other. She taught me how I was going to fight my battle that I didn't know about yet. She showed me what a true brave woman is. I had a routine mammogram in January of 2010, and my doctor said they had done an ultrasound, and they said, oh, it's nothing, I'm not worried about it, 99% sure it's nothing, don't lose sleep over it, but I want you to do another ultrasound. So I arranged an ultrasound during the time my mother was doing chemo. And I want to say this was in maybe March of 2010. So my mother's getting chemo and I'm getting an ultrasound to see what my doctor said is nothing. He's not worried about it. There in the ultrasound, the tech told me this is cancer. I've got my mom doing chemo. I have my son, who was probably around 12 at the time, in the waiting room at my mother's area with my aunt and my sister and her child, all who come to support my mom going through chemo, and I've got to keep a brave face and then go tell them I have cancer too. So when they told me that, I had a tear, I sucked it up, and I went out there and I checked on my mom, and they started asking about, what was my prognosis, and I just said, I'm going to be okay, but they said it is cancer. When I first heard the news that I had cancer, a million things go through your mind, and you really don't even remember them, to be honest. I just thought about my son in the waiting room, and how am I going to tell him? How am I not going to cry in front of everybody? Just a lot of things. And I think that's one of the hardest parts of going through breast cancer, or any type of cancer, I'm sure, is that the not knowing what is the next step. I think once after I talked with the team of doctors that I had, I felt better that I had a plan and that I was ready to kick cancer's butt. To any woman or man out there that's found out they've had breast cancer and are going to have to go through the various testing and maybe chemo, which is the devil, I would say share it with somebody. Don't be alone. You're not alone. Everybody has a story to share about this. I'm an open book. Some people are very private, but I think you should share with someone you love. They're going to be there for you. They're going to comfort you, even though they may not know what to do. Pray, trust in your church family. They're there for you like mine was. Trust your doctors. And have a great attitude, because I think attitude is the number one thing. I'm Charlotte Wayman, and I'm a victor of breast cancer.